Right now I'm 17, I don't know that, and I don't know what my thoughts are going to be at 23. And they may be the same, but much more profound, much more pronounceable. What's up, guys? It's Sunday right now. Happy Sunday. And I'm just walking down the beach thinking about why am I doing the video recording. I didn't really make that very clear yesterday. And I'm at the beach right now, so it's very pretty, very relaxing just to walk down the beach, feel the heat of the sun hit and reflect off your body. And it brings me to a reflection of why do I do these video recordings, or why am I starting to do this? And I've really found that growth, I was talking about growth towards the end of the video yesterday, and the importance of growth is self-reflection. That's why I'm doing these videos, is so I can self-reflect off these videos. Not only that, so many people go down in life living without a reference point. They live without a reference point of who they were, where they were, what they were. And when you do that, you live very disillusioned in life, and you truly don't know where you're at and how much you have accomplished until you figure out where you were at a year ago, but with a full and true understanding. Like right now, I'm bringing in minimal, if you put it in a financial standpoint, I'm bringing in a minimal of $500 to $1,000 a month. Not much, but what I am doing is I'm investing that money into something that can bring in close to $6,100 a month, according to my calculations, God willing, by this June on my birthday. And that's what I'm hoping, and that's the agency. And that doesn't even include the clutter removal business. And I think doing this is very important, these videos. I also talked about inspiring. I want to inspire you guys to do videos like these. It doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter if other people see them. We don't need another social media influencer out there. We don't. I don't need to be a social media influencer out there. We have enough of those. We have enough of the self-improvement gurus, or the people who are truly helpful with self-improvement. We have enough of them. We don't need more of those people. What we need more is people who act, and people who desire to push themselves forward and reflect off of those actions. Because yes, practice does make perfect, but reflection brings perfection. And that is something that's very valuable to understand. Is practice makes perfect. That is true, but you can't rely too much on practice. You can't just rely on putting a brick on the wall of China and one brick a day. Man, it's gonna take so long to build this wall of China. Reflect off of that, and then start putting down 10 bricks a day. Eventually, you are going to hire some people, and then you can put down 50 bricks a day. And it's all about reflecting and improving off of that practice and making that practice better. And it causes this upward spiral. And you probably have heard of these influencers. People talk about this upward spiral, maybe in podcasts, or maybe you never heard of it. But this upward spiral is a momentum that you carry, and it's a momentum of discipline that constantly improves your life. It's a conversion of inputs and outputs. Something very interesting to understand and take into heed into life is that we have a input and output system. Everybody does. We just don't know it. A bag of chips and video games and a couch and a basement for 2-3 months is gonna, with some beers, it's gonna equal a beer belly, a lazy mind, and a very short attention span. A space to do 200 push-ups a day, working 7 hours, 12 hours a day, and eating the healthiest foods you can, and then taking these relaxing walks to help your mind reflect off of doing those things. It's going to result into a much more prosperous life. I can't give you a specific number because everybody varies and everybody does something in a different way. Therefore, they're going to grow in a different way and at a different rate. So I thought that's something very valuable I could give to you guys. And it doesn't matter how many people see this. It more so matters that I look back at this and I'm like, oh shoot, this is what I said at 17. I'm 23 now. Well, this is different. I believe this differently now, and I see this differently now when I'm 23. Right now I'm 17. I don't know that, and I don't know what my thoughts are going to be at 23. And they may be the same, but much more profound, much more pronounceable, to the point where I can look back at this and like have a completely different perspective and outlook onto myself. And that will also help me when I'm 23 to think of how I will look at myself when I'm 27. And the ongoing continuous age correlative to wisdom. And that is another thing I want to speak about. Age isn't always correlative to wisdom. It doesn't always correlate or equate to your level of wisdom. There can be a 20-year-old that's much more wise than a 40-year-old. Why? Because age, it correlates very much, it's corroborated with experience. And experience is corroborative with wisdom. The thing is, some people will experience more things in 2 years than another person may experience something in 10 years. And that's where you must push yourself. Because if you don't push yourself, that means you're going to experience less in life. And you're not going to be the best you can be. And I have so many things to talk about, so many things I've discussed with friends or with peers, and they absolutely disagreed with me. And I want to see y'all's opinion. I want to see my future opinion on these topics. And I also am using this as a measure for success. So for instance, let's see, I just started this YouTubing consistent, I hope to be consistent, yesterday. So that's my mile marker 1. I had a team meeting with the agency. I brought together a team from around the world, and we did a meeting together. Only one person didn't show up out of 4 or 5 other people, and it went great. So that's good to know. I need to work on our sales script to bring in clients. For the clutter removal business, I need to get the Angie Leads subscription, which is like $288, and then I pay them for leads, and then they'll bring in clutter removal leads for me. And by then, if I get 1 client this month and the Angie Leads this month, by the next month I'll probably be earning $4,000 a month. Right now, $500 to $1,000. But it all equates to hard work and pushing yourself. Now you may ask yourself, wait, why is Josh, well, you probably don't know this, but I've been doing this journey and in a very similar way, but not as good as I am doing it now, for almost a whole year now. And that's a whole year is not much time. But in the long scheme of things, when doing a bunch of things you don't want to do every single day, eventually wanting to do it because you do it so much, it feels a lot longer. A year does. And I'm close to the same spot I was a year ago, except for this and for this. I have so much more knowledge, I have so much more wisdom, I have so much more experience. I self-sabotaged myself this fall. And I thought, well, I don't need to go and do door-to-door sales for the clutter removal business anymore. I'm fine. I had the most money in my account I've ever had. I've had the highest income I've ever had. I was doing really well. And then I thought, well, I need to switch to another way of doing this because I'm not going to have enough time after school because I'm going to get ready for college stuff, which I'm probably not going to do anymore. And I gave up on my own opportunities. And that's something that we can talk about in the next video, is giving up on your own opportunities and self-sabotaging and why you shouldn't do that. Otherwise, guys, remember, always stay in the game. And what's that again? Dedication over motivation. Remember that. Always use dedication, then you'll inevitably reap motivation. So stay in the game, guys. I'm rooting for you. I hope you do really well. I hope you push your mind towards things you haven't before, and if you're already doing that, then I hope you put more of your mind into it. And I hope the same for myself as well. So thank you guys for watching. Enjoy.